Greetings everyone, and Grade here with another Advanced Wars by Web replay. Spawn bottom side as the Acid Rain, Purple Lightning Sami. We got Days of Plague. Spawn north side as the Black Hole Andy. We got Theredjames5. Looks like it's going to be a bit of grudge match between Andy and Sami, but let's go ahead and find out. Something I just realized as well. Gotta turn on my macros. There we go. When it comes to this map, this looks like a double base map with a airport here. So Sami's probably going to more rely on her battle copters for any sort of tech up. Sami, of course, does get plus 30% firepower for foot soldiers and plus 10% capture progress. All other direct units lose 10% attack. All transports get plus 1 movement. So it sounds like her indirect is still perfectly adequate. There is a good number of shores here, so motorized units can get some decent movement speed. This map is relatively small, or I think at least it appears to be small. Both sides there are 2 comm towers. This one's easily secureable by the southern player. This factory here has double forest and mountains here, so Sami will likely pull out mechs towards this area. Mechs will get decent progress. Let's see, what else is there? Airport in the middle, pipe scene help partially block it. So until the pipe scene's broken, it'll be easy to put the aircraft over this way, but if it's broken, it can get more over here quickly. By the way, let's go ahead and get started. Let me go ahead and open up a drink right now. I don't know, I'm having a little bit of a coughing issue at the moment. Well, it's because due to the large number of replays I cast. For those who are new to the channel, welcome. I cast a lot of replays for across different games. You may see, was them right now, like 19 uploads per week, or 19 videos goes live. I actually have pretty good stockpile resource replays at the moment. Either way, I do have an early tank blown up by Andy, and Sami goes for artillery piece. This map, I suppose the artillery piece along this area can lock down this region, though there's a lot of shores here. So maybe artillery piece here wouldn't be half bad. Not so sure, guess we'll wait and see what she does. Heads towards the center with it. There is a decent number of mountains maps, a lot of coverage there. And you have Sami Maxim pulling out over here. Andy's tank does push forward. If you head to the property, Mech can head to the city, and Mech can head to the mountain. Sometimes we're just going to see mass mechs, but we do actually have a tank here, just probably for the actual mobility. Artillery piece push right forward will interrupt this capture. Decides to get a shot there instead. It's probably a good idea. Cost-effective engagement. Took 0 damage in turn. Andy has bought out his own artillery piece. Andy has no day-to-day, so that's nice and simple. Sami, her double time could be pretty useful. Her power does give plus 1 movement range for all of her foot soldiers, as well as increase attack up to 50%. Andy, his hyper repair only gives plus 2 healing, so he's probably going to more rely on the hyper upgrade, but there are situations where the hyper repair can be useful. This capture does get interrupted by the tank, very nice. On to 4 health. There is a decent amount of shores here, isn't there? You can see there's a shore there. So tanks can easily go up here and here or there. I think overall, I'm not sure if this is a opinion shared by other players, but I think Sami does work better on the triple base map because it allows her to build more of a constant stream of infantry. Because on this only 2 base, now she has to be picky. Does this base build a asset or a infantry unit? And that's why I think that if she really wants to get out battle copters, it'll allow her to get more infantry on the field as well. Looks like Sami will capture her comm tower this turn. She is ahead by 1,000 income as well. Nothing too significant. Tank is a good first strike on the anti-air. Very nice. So maybe a bit more safe while a copter. Great strike there. Good hit onto the onto the artillery piece as well. Does get a strike there with the battlecopter, so Andy has now 2 battlecopters field. Luckily, anti-airs have incredibly high attack power, so them taking out battlecopters is still no big of an issue, even though Sam gets get a bit of a penalty. Go strike the artillery piece. And we'll go get some more hits over here. Sammy's ahead by 3 properties at the moment. Very nice. Battlecopter pushed away forward. Got some tanks here. Anti-air T-copter infantry. Her transports do get +1 movement range, so that's should be pretty nice. Tank infantry. Just quite a bit of a stockpile of resources as well. I'm really just trying to get a Neo tank. Mech battlecopter. Both players just setting up an assault. This is a live league match, and I always forget to mention how little time you have left over sometimes for live league. Since I think most of the replays I cover are global league, and so there's no time limit on those turns. They have a power for Andy and for Sammy. Good strikes with battlecopters. This anti-air shooting range is striking out battlecopter if the tank gets out of the way. So this tank may be getting out of the way as well, would hope. And looks like Sammy's at 2 minutes, while Andy's at 2 minutes as well. I don't know how well it jumps between the 2 players. Well, I never really pay attention to. I just usually focus on the combat and pan, which is probably the best way to look at it. Because it looks like everybody gets both players get 2 minutes added their clock. And as the game starts going on, players have more and more units. It's going to be a bit more difficult microing all the infantry. Battlecopter, artillery, infantry. Yeah, Sammy's actually down to 4 seconds there, so she may be having trouble with her day-to-day minutes. Good strike there on the anti-air. Anti-air takes that one out. Tank goes strike there. Does go for the full hyper repair. Let's just back off a little bit. Got a decent number of wounded units here, so the hyper repair will top off a lot of health for those units. Also gives him +1 movement range on all units, plus 10% attack as well. So his units have a good bit of mobility and firepower, and not limited to any certain unit type. He was down to 9 seconds. Sammy's at 2 minutes 4 seconds. And pops a superpower victory march. Let's see what property she can claim. The max may clean out the tank there and get the property. Let's take a look. Mech on tank puts down to 1 health. Mech on tank puts down to 4 thanks to the property. Does not gun it down there. No properties to be obtained there. Gets that one. Does capture that property entirely. Medium tank. This is one of her properties be underneath that infantry unit. Pulls back the mech. Looks like she only gets 1 property for this turn. Got a lot of mobility there and a lot of good first strike mechs over here. She had 2 mechs pretty close by each other, so maybe a tactical mistake of not focusing 2 mechs here to get another property. Artillery gets a good hit there on the anti-air. Infantry engage infantry. Good strike on all of Sammy's units. She does also have a wounded artillery piece and a good number of tanks. But there's just a lot here by Andy. Maybe Sammy could just send an infantry unit up here, try to threaten a comm tower or property. We have a medium tank here. And And he has one artillery piece here. The artillery can move this force and provide coverage against those cities. But if it gets too far forward, then a double time could allow the mechs to engage the artillery piece. Takes out the anti-air there, so now Sami's battlecopter has a bit more free range, so there's still one anti-battlecopter here. If you want, he can always go for a hyper repair as well. Those are the mech in the T-copter. Transports it forward. Artillery piece push way forward as well for Sami's, making capture multiple properties. Medium tank free forward. Anti-air battlecopter infantry. Sacks her own battlecopter there, which allow her to full health battlecopter more free range, only get hit by 8 health. As a 6 health, he will probably fail, making significant headway there. More strikes on this pipe seam. It's down to 11 health. Overall, Sam's getting crushed in the middle. Their value is right now identical. No longer identical. But Andy still has his day-to-day income advantage, so he has a slight benefit there. He could try popping his power. Need lots of fire onto that one vehicle. Battlecopter's out of range, the other battlecopter. Down to 57 health. Wounded mech does get a strike there, knocking itself out. Mech from mountain hits anti-air. It's been a while since I've seen a mech fire from mountain. Got a great shot onto it. Battlecopter anti-air. I suppose the T-copters could have stuck around here to push this infantry forward. And now, I don't... Shoots down this 9 seconds. I think moving this artillery piece forward like this was a bad idea, because now it's... No? Nothing about it. If Andy fires from there, he will be a forced space skip, allowing this stuff more free range to capture more properties. So, maybe it is a good idea. And if he pushes forward with it, Sam will get the first strike as well. Though he can always fall off a hyper repair or hyper upgrade. Probably next turn we'll probably see a hyper upgrade, so pushing down south I think it's actually going to be safe enough, though the mech here can knock it out. First, Sandy, you really want to try to pull back these extremely low units. Let your power and superpower. Pops the superpower, okay. Does get this anti-air pretty well repaired. The mech has only one shot left, so if he takes a shot there against the mech, it would deny the artillery piece getting hit by the mech. Unless with machine gun fire. He does, so now the mech's down to 1 health. Not to mention, oh no, he used the artillery piece against the mech. Gotta finish off these 1 health units because a victory march is possible. Making a threat for the HQ. A battlecopter here to interrupt. No problem. Posts a second artillery piece over there. Takes out the pipe seam. Battlecopter tank. Good strike for the Sami artillery. So it looks like Sami's going to have a bit of trouble over here. With 1 ammo there. Could have just fired a shot against the artillery piece. I thought 1 ammo left. I thought it was already out of ammo. Oh well. Oops. Sami's at 86. Andy's at 81, so he does have a slight advantage. Great artillery strike there. Does do another base skip here. And remember as well, victory march around the corner. He has to finish off these units. Because the mech is in range to capture any of these properties. This infantry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's out of range to capture that one. And he's starting to get a pretty sizable lead in the center as well. Medium tank here in the middle is still causing some issues. Good strikes there onto the anti-air. We could see a victory march this turn. Just needs another 1250. And here is a victory march. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Opposite. So one of these backlines, towns, cities can get captured. Maybe better actually 1, 2, 3, 4. Go for this one because one infantry unit pops out of there and start capturing. And maybe better go over here. Of course, she has limited time. Andy was actually out of the time last turn. Tank battlecopter. Andy has 2 minutes. Sami ended the turn with 3 seconds. And he's getting pretty far ahead in properties now. Hyper repair is now available, which actually seem not half bad to go for hyper repair at the moment. Lots of could perhaps use it. Goes for full Neo. Finish off the tank there. Finish off these wounded units. This is actually important. That's the Sandy we're talking about. Tank, battlecopter, infantry. Battlecopter. And he's starting to fall back a little bit there. There is, of course, this Neo tank. And it's probably a good idea for Andy to constantly keep a single infantry unit on top of the HQ out of paranoia. I've seen has 17 health remaining. T-copter picks up the infantry unit. Boosts. Mech has 28 fuel remaining. Battlecopter artillery. Of course, there's quite a bit here for Andy at the moment. Sami's medium tank is low on ammo, going to get repaired to 9 health next turn. Artillery, battlecopter, infantry. Battlecopter, anti-air. Andy did start a turn with 2 minutes 55 seconds. And right now Sami does have 106 and a turn of 1:13, so he's stockpiling a little bit of time, which actually can be quite important. He's also ahead by 4,000 income. Battlecopter, tank, infantry. Hyper upgrades almost available. Andy's right now ahead by about a full turn. T-copter goes down. Infantry does take a hit there. Try and edge his way forward a little bit. Battlecopter, anti-air, infantry. That's why Mivara said battlecopters going to be like there's a lot of battlecopters in the field. Times they wish they had a duster. The long game goes on, the more likely it's going to go in favor of Andy with the higher income. There's a hyper upgrade. And it does get a nice bit of healing on that one battlecopter. Okay, so that one unit, +1 movement range is going to be very useful. Does not take out the battlecopter. Does not take out that battlecopter, but all these battlecopters are base knocked out, and Sammy's no Andy. Going for the capture HQ as well, putting additional pressure. Want to at least surround the unit. There's not much surface area he can actually push onto either way. Battlecopter tank. Sami has this turn to stop the capture of the HQ, or at least interrupt it. The artillery piece is in range, so the interrupt is nearly guaranteed. Squad won't try claw forward. The artillery piece could hit a lot of good targets. Does take out the tank instead. Good hit there. Battlecopter hits the infantry instead of the artillery piece. Takes out the battlecopter there. Couple infantry and mechs up here. Same thing as well. Lots of anti-air for Andy. Good strike on the artillery piece. Medium tank knocks out the anti-air. Good strike there onto the tank. And on the anti-air as well. Victory March is available next turn. Possibly. Sami could try... There's nothing on the HQ. Get that battlecopter on top of the HQ. You see the Victory March. You hear the Victory March. Get the battlecopter on top of the HQ, because Sami's going to try to creep forward the infantry and just try to go for the win. And we've got mechs in the area as well. Battlecopter, and it does put a battlecopter on top of the HQ, which will deny the one cap, but it looks like Sami does pop pursuit power. And ends turn and resigns. This Angrade saying, thank you for watching, and on to next replay.